Portland Mayor Ted Wheeler blamed Donald Trump for encouraging violence following one of the president's supporters being shot and killed in the city as Black Lives Matter protesters clashed with pro-Trump parade on Saturday. During a Sunday press conference, Wheeler blasted Trump for creating hate and division in the country. "Do you seriously wonder, Mr. President, why this is the first time in decades that America has seen this level of violence?" he said. The press conference followed Trump supporters and Black Lives Matter demonstrators clashing the night before in the city. A man, identified as a Trump supporter and part of the Prayer Patriot right-wing group, was shot and killed that night. Trump renewed his calls for the National Guard to enter the city to temper increasingly violent protests, which have gone on for nearly 100 days. Wheeler has denied the federal assistance and warned them to stay out. Asked about Trump's response to the unrest, Wheeler again laid blame for the violence on the president's rhetoric. "He has an opportunity to uplift us and bring us together and help us move through this difficult situation in our nation's history, and instead he chooses to play petty politics and divide us," the mayor said. "I'd appreciate that either the president support us or he stay the hell out of the way," he later added. Other Democrats have similarly been blaming rioting and violent protests on the president. Wheeler's fiery press conference got the attention of Trump, who called Wheeler a fool for a mayor. Ted Wheeler, the wacky radical left do-nothing Democrat mayor of Portland, who has watched great death and destruction of his city during his tenure, thinks this lawless situation should go on forever. "Wrong. Portland will never recover with a fool for a mayor," he tweeted. "The people of Portland, like all other cities and parts of our great country, want law and order." The radical left Democrat mayors, like the dummy running Portland, or the guy right now in his basement unwilling to lead or even speak out against crime, will never be able to do it. Donald J. Trump, at Real Donald Trump, August 30, 2020. "The only way you will stop the violence in the high-crime Democrat-run cities is through strength," he added. Trump's eldest son, Don Jr., also attacked Wheeler for his response to Saturday's death, saying the mayor has blood on his hands. "Ted Wheeler has blood on his hands. He decided to play politics and refused at Real Donald Trump's offer to send the National Guard to end the riots, and now an innocent Trump supporter is dead at the hands of the radical left-wing mob because of it. He's a disgrace." https://t.co/3ptki Oxford. Donald Trump Jr., at Donald Trump Jr. August 30, 2020 enters a follow-up tweet. He called out Democrats for absolving themselves of any responsibility for violent protests. Dem/media have falsely labeled Trump and his supporters as racist, xenophobic, domestic enemies, Russian assets, traitors and even Nazis. "They called us irredeemable and deplorable. But now they want to absolve themselves of any responsibility for the violence?" #Biden riots, Donald Trump Jr. At Donald Trump Jr. August 30, 2020. Many conservatives blasted Wheeler for his handling of protests in the city, where the county district attorney said he would not prosecute most of those apprehended amid the unrest. Adam Mike Schmidt calls for the violence to end in a statement. His office has committed to not prosecute a long list of crimes, ending at Mr. Andy O. August 30, 2020. What kind of a disgusting scumbag do you have to be to turn down help from the president in quelling the violence on the streets of your city and then do a press conference blaming the president for the violence on your streets? Just disgusting. Ted Wheeler is a psychopath. Buzz Patterson for Congress, CA7, at Buzz Patterson August 30, 2020. Weapon-grade chutzpah to blame Trump for violence of anti-Trump mobs in a Democrat-run city. At Ted Wheeler has refused federal assistance repeatedly and allowed Portland to become a lawless leftist cesspit. If he had any honor he'd resign. https://t.co/smkfn Rita Panahi, at Rita Panahi August 30th, 2020. If you like this story, share it with a friend. Let's block ads.
Show your love for him. Click the link in description. Thanks for watching.